Welcome to episode 71 of Cougars on Cougars. We're back on our set. Jess is back. Welcome. Hello. Welcome back. How was it? Tell us how your trip was.
It was really fun. We packed a lot of stuff in a fairly short amount of time, and it was really hot.
You did a lot every day. So go check Jess's Twitter and her Instagram. She posted really fun pictures of stuff they did. And of course, we'll put up our favorite one of her outside the Louvre, repping the Y.
Quote of the week comes from our very favorite football coach, Coach Satake. He said during media day, "I'm a believer in caffeinated beverages."
He did say that. I believe he said that on ESPN 960 Sports. It was in the afternoon, on the later end of the media day stuff. I don't know if he
get the
was
more gritty stuff
tired and getting through it. And, Ben brings out that side in people too. So that's we had to choose a quote from media day, and of all of the ones to choose, I think that might have been the most talked about one on Twitter. Everyone was retweeting that.
It's because we all love to talk about that.
I know, because everyone's number one wish is
caffeine at
Elias. And, they're talking about what upgrades they can do. And I swear, if that's the only thing they did, people would be happy.
Get Dr. Pepper.
It's not going to happen. I think we're all, right? You don't think it's going to happen? It's kind of
I think it will happen someday.
You do?
I do. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's a matter of time.
One time we'll have to do a 2-minute drill on whether or not we think BYU is going to get. We'll need more than 2 minutes, though. So we are going to keep in the media day vein, of course. Start out with that as promised. And we're going to format this in a 3-thing segment because there is so much that came out of media day. We had to narrow it down.
There's so much content just from that day alone on all platforms.
So we encourage you to check out Vanquish the Foe for all of the headlines that came from that day because there were a lot. And we're not saying this is not comprehensive. These are our 3 kind of highlights, biggest takeaways. So take that for what you will. And share yours with us.
First one. So I think this is probably the thing that I saw the most being talked about too, besides the caffeine thing. And that was the LaVell Edwards patch that the players will be wearing on their uniforms during this next season, which is very cool. I think the patch looks really good. It looks like LaVell, which I think is impressive.
It is a patch that small.
You can definitely tell it's him. So I think it was a cool way to honor him, by having that little patch on their jerseys.
Absolutely. And I think that LaVell was just a huge part of media day, as he should be in the first media day since his passing. I know that if they sold those patches, they would make bank for his charity, for BYU football, for whatever they choose to direct those funds. I want one.
Right. I do too. I mean, you don't have BYU football without LaVell Edwards.
No.
So it's definitely appropriate, I think.
And I think that they made that, a theme of the day. And we also wanted to mention the coaching tree segment that they had with LaVell. That was one of the really unique things to come out of media day. And we love this picture of Coach Satake with Patty. And it was just really cool to see Patty and her family there, hearing from Andy Reid, hearing from Coach Satake, and, all of Coach Edwards' protege. And they had film segments from Kyle Whittingham and Norm Chow. And it was a really cool tribute. And just, we know what LaVell meant to us as fans, and everyone recognizes that he turned this program around, but to hear it from the people who were closest to him was really special. So that's our first thing, is all the LaVell love.
We have to talk about this too, because this is always important to us. And media day is really kind of your first chance to get a glimpse of this, and that is, of course, the hair. Everybody's hair and how it was looking.
No helmets at media day.
Thank goodness. So, who do you think had the best hair? You probably saw a little more than I did.
For me, it was Fred. I think that pretty much for a year straight, our uncontested top 2 have been Fred and Tanner. And Tanner has had his ups and downs, but he was back in the top 2 on media day, for sure.
That's good.
Yeah, I think there was some contention. They brought it up on Sports Nation, and so I kind of egged them on with my own tweet, using their hashtag BYUSN when Tanner was on to ask who cuts his hair, just because I personally want to know. And I did say that it was a close second to Fred. The funny part is they didn't read that part about Fred to Tanner, but they read it to Fred.
I would have to say, I think I'd probably put Jonah before Tanner.
Jonah is getting a lot of votes, you think?
I think so.
But another funny thing was they had Jonah, they had Fred, they had Tanner, they had everyone on US Sports Nation, and they were asking Dion about his hair, because he has nice hair as well, and they were telling Dion that Jonah's hair is nice, and Dion was like, well, I'm Jonah's hair mentor. So if you like Jonah's hair, then
you gotta like Diane's hair.
There
Got
you
it.
go.
Well, I do not discriminate against hairstyles, really.
No.
If they're good, they're good. And I will keep
me
them in
neither.
my
And I saw people on Twitter hating on Fred's hair, and I'm like, okay, well, if you don't know good hair, then...
Was it Ben Criddle?
No, surprisingly.
Okay, good.
But we do want to divulge, Tanner did share where he gets his haircut. It's at a place called Tito's. That's just in Provo. He says an Argentine woman cuts his hair, and they just speak in Spanish the whole time.
I've heard of Tito's before. I can't remember if it was a football team or basketball team.
It's Mitch, because Tanner said that's where Mitch Matthews cuts his hair, and I'm sure Mitch has done like shout outs to them and stuff. But you know, that's so funny to me. The football team is full of like all these hair proteges. So like I want to see their hair family trees. So Dion mentors Jonah and Mitch mentors Tanner. So like, who are the hair gurus?
Third thing, and this has to do with the depth chart, and you know that was released. It doesn't have everybody on there. It won't have some of the newcomers and you guys will be on there that will be participating in fall camp probably.
I think it didn't have freshmen or return missionaries, and even did it have some of the transfers? I don't think it did.
Probably not. So it could definitely change, but there were some interesting things that we saw on there.
For sure.
One thing was from Mitch Harper tweeted out that Ty Detmer had said that Austin Kafensis could be playing running back or wide receiver, will not be playing quarterback likely.
That was really interesting. I don't think we were expecting that. And he is one that isn't on the depth chart. So we'll see where he ends up, but he could still be at quarterback, wide receiver, or running back. Although it doesn't look like we need anyone else at running back. That was one of the things that stuck out to us on the depth chart.
Yeah, that's one thing that jumps out really quick when you look at the depth chart is that running back has a lot of ors. Squally or Tulatau or Hall or Dye or Burt. I mean, it's...
So that's without the newcomers and transfers. You're looking at like 6 on that depth chart.
And, you know, I didn't listen to all of Media Day, didn't get through all of it, but it did seem like there wasn't a lot of talk about the running backs and who's emerging or who's going to be the star there. So I don't really know what to think about that.
What were some other things that jumped out at us? Oh, someone who we thought switched positions but is not actually going to, Matt Hadley.
Back at free safety.
And you can kind of see why. And I kind of thought this might happen with all the depth at running back. And we need, I know that Jordan and I talked about last week, our secondary and how we're going to fill kind of Kua's shoes. Well, guess what? Matt Hadley is really, really fast, which would be great at running back, but will also be great at free safety. And he has more experience than your guys like Chaz Ayu. So those are our 3 things. We've got LaVell, we've got hair, and we've got the first preliminary look at the depth chart. We're really looking forward to seeing the ones that come out during fall camp. So there's your 3 things. And we did want to share a bonus thing that we just loved. We didn't have enough to do a whole Raising 'em Right segment, but we wanted to share this from Randy at Shamo Says.
Says trying to prep Packer for his first football season with BYU Media Day and BYUSN.
It looks like he was a little bored, I guess.
A little sleepy.
We'll give him a break, though, since he's
soaking it into his subconscious. Keeping Up with the Cougars segment this week is all about Eric Mika. So last week on the 22nd was the NBA draft. Unfortunately, Eric did not get drafted, which created a bit of an uproar among BYU fans as to his decision to leave in the first place, all of that. We're probably not going to go there. We've kind of already talked about it, and so we're going to...
Yeah, you either saw it or you didn't, and it's not worth the drama, and we both support Eric no matter what, so we are not going there.
And we're still excited about basketball season, so there.
Absolutely.
Tony Jones from the Trib reported that BYU star Eric Mika is committed to the Miami Heat for Summer League. So he will be playing there. Games start July 1st, I believe.
Yeah.
So he might still get a shot.
Maybe. This news broke the morning after, so some of the undrafted free agents get signed immediately after, and I think that kind of fueled the stuff on Twitter because draft came and went. We didn't hear Eric's name, which, let's be honest, we didn't really ever expect to hear Eric's name. It would have been a surprise. The night of the draft came and went, and then we woke up in the morning to this news that he had been committed to the Miami Heat for Summer League. I was really excited about this. I think that, you know, I don't know. Summer League is a foot in the door. It's not a guaranteed contract. Should we kind of like, for those who don't really know what Summer League is, it's kind of like basketball camp in a way.
It's just a chance to actually get out there and play against other guys that either were drafted or maybe new to the league as well.
Yeah, so the rookies that they did draft, they'll play in Summer League. It's not just your cast-offs. Just pretty much any guys who are actually on the rosters who they think need more practice. It can be some of your guys like Jimmer has played in Summer League before, just some of your guys who are
Brandon Davies, Kyle Collinsworth
floating around. And you know what? Summer League worked out for Kyle. Look at him. He's not an NBA star, but he is a star on their D-League team, and should they need to bring someone up, I would think that Kyle would be one of their top picks. So Eric could find himself in a situation like that. The Summer League is just a good opportunity. It's kind of like your NBA team workouts, but more people get to see you play. So it's concentrated locations. There are 3 locations for Summer League. One of them's in Orlando, one of them's in Las Vegas, one of them's in Utah. So Eric is actually already out in Orlando. He got there yesterday. He has been adding to his Instagram stories. He discovered those. So make sure you're following Big E12, and you can see what he's up to. He's at a really nice hotel, it looks like, in Orlando, putting him up. There are much worse teams that he could be playing for. So I think that the Heat are going to look at him seriously. We'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, and some people have ranked him as one of the top undrafted free agents.
Yeah, we have seen several articles saying that he's, one of the top 5 best undrafted free agents.
So that's something.
Yeah, and we were looking at other people on the roster for the Heat for the Summer League. The only other really notable that stood out to us was London Prentice from UVA. So it'll be fun to be playing with him, and they'll be playing with Bam Abdeo, I think I said that right, who is the Heat only had 1 draft pick, which is another thing to consider. So they will probably be looking to switch up their roster more than that 1 pick. But that was Bam from Kentucky. So it'll be cool to see Eric get a chance to play with these guys and
see how he does.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of his goals was he wanted to develop more as a player, and I think that this is a good place to do it.
Yep, either way, we're happy for him.
So we will keep you updated on his position there, and as always, we wish him the best of luck. Time for Talk of the Town. It's always hard when we miss a week to do Talk of the Town because there's so much, so just consider this some of our highlights from the past weeks.
Starting with, we were just talking about the draft, so we're going to continue that just for a second to say congratulations to Nigel Williams-Goss, who was drafted by the Utah Jazz.
Yes.
So we're both fans of him. I think it'd be cool to see him play for the Jazz. Hopefully he sticks there, and we'll see.
We talked about him a lot, during the season. He scored an ungodly amount on us, but it was just cool to see him go local.
He was really fun to watch in the tournament.
Yeah, he swept popcorn off our floor, which is forever my favorite Nigel Williams-Goss memory. But we just thought it was cool to see him go local. I guess technically that doesn't have that much to do with BYU, but we just wanted to give a shout out. So back to the Cougars.
Nick Emery tweeted out, summer workouts start tomorrow. This was on Sunday, so they started yesterday, actually, on Monday. So it's about 6 weeks. Basketball team gets to get together, work with the coaches, work out, all of that. So
yep, they've been doing some camps and some player run stuff, but this will be kind of their first thing together as a team. And that leads us into our next thing, which is that Rylan Bergerson made his way down from Boise. So he said, peace out 208, which is Jess's area code, and said he'll be back soon. So it's just fun. I mean, like Jess and I said during our segment about Eric, there is a lot to look forward to with this team that we've put together for this coming year. I mean, there's a lot of new talent. There's going to be, Nick and TJ with a year more of experience under their belt.
Elijah healthy. Yeah. Yoli Childs is back. I mean, there's still a lot to be excited about, even without Eric Mika.
So Nick's tweet made me pumped, and I know on ESPN 960 we talked about his renewed sense of commitment to the program. He's all in, and I think that is going to be a really fun version of Nick Emery.
I agree.
So this was from Elijah's Instagram. He was back in Georgia, like we told you guys, for a few weeks, and he was doing physical therapy at this place where they had rehabbed a lot of famous people, and apparently one of those famous people is Jeff Foxworthy. So Elijah posted this, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?, which is a show that Jeff Foxworthy hosted.
And he's wearing a Duke shirt. Other exciting news is that Elijah's little brother, Shay, received an offer to play football at BYU. So that's really exciting. It's kind of been fun to see him in Elijah's vlogs. So if you haven't been watching those, he's made a few appearances in there.
I know. I feel like we kind of know him, and then to hear that he got an offer. And it was way funny because the way Elijah teased it, he didn't say the sport, and I kind of assumed basketball.
Yeah.
And then it was football. He's a linebacker, and he's huge.
He's a big guy.
He's 6'3", 230,
Already.
and he's a freshman. So, hopefully he accepts.
He better come here.
We love brothers and family stuff at BYU.
And
so
we love Elijah, so.
We do. And we love Che. Go watch the vlog. You'll love him too.
Come to BYU.
Seriously.
Wendy, at Wendy_B, tweeted out that she realized the Utah game is the weekend of Tanner's birthday.
I love her for realizing that.
She would, of all people.
She is. So we've got Jen LC 23, who's the captain of the Taysom fan club, and then we've got Wendy B, who is the captain of the Tanner fan club. And we're members of both fan clubs.
That's true. We can do both.
But that's fun. So Tanner's birthday weekend's going to be either one for the book. Well, it's going to be one for the books either way. Happy or sad. We'll see.
Hopefully really, really happy.
Yes.
Hopefully that magic.
Come on, team. Win for Tanner's birthday. That's going to be our pitch all that week. Win for Tanner. This is from Ty Detmer. He said, great to see Johnny B tonight, the author and singer of the Theismann rap. You know, the rap when he won the Heisman. Which is like the most hilarious rap, but he's old.
They're both old.
They're both old, which is sad, but it's fun to see them together. Hashtag
cool that they
throwback.
got a picture together.
I know. And
can
can we just say another, and I know I tweeted this from my account from Media Day, where Kalani said that he has to tell the recruits that Ty won the Heisman because Ty doesn't do it.
Humble. He won't do it.
Gosh, that was just so Ty.
Classic Ty.
Yeah.
Reno Mahi tweeted out that Sunny and he are excited to announce the establishment of Miracles from Elsie, their new foundation. So you can follow that MFE Foundation on Twitter.
Yeah. Really cool to see them get that started up. That's a win for Reno. His mustache though is a loss.
Not a fan?
No. That is all we have for Talk of the Town. And as per usual, we don't really have very much coming up next. It's a little bit dead for the next month until
we might
the
hear
boys
stuff from basketball
report for fall camp. Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully.
So, I mean, yeah, sure, that's what's next, summer workouts, and we'll keep you posted. And next on the list, fall camp.
Coming up soon. We are brought to you this week by Shea Collinsworth for getting signed with Nike. Newly signed track professionals.
Yeah.
Shea Collinsworth.
Kyle Collinsworth posted on his Instagram boxes like stacked up basically the height of their door of Nike stuff. So go
Nike
girl,
leads.
Shay. It's time for you to get compensated.
No kidding. Congrats to her.
And our second sponsor, this is so cool, is the oldest living former Cosmo. This is from @CooperBYU, said that the gentleman started crying when Cooper was talking about BYU, and he's wearing a BYU shirt, so
Love it.
love to see the oldest
Loyal, strong,
former
true.
Cosmo. It's pretty cool. Yeah. May you always stay loyal to the white and blue. For Jess, I'm Mary. We'll see you next week.